Good evening, everyone, and welcome for round 16 at the Mexican Grand Prix here at the League of Europe. My name is Black Panther, and with me joining tonight is Mike. How are you doing, Mike?
I am doing fantastic, mate. Looking forward to what should be a very exciting race. And as you can see right now, it's a very spicy qualifying session with heavy rain conditions out there at the moment.
Exactly, like it's the sky really is blasting all the rain out on the track of the Autodromo Hermanas Rodriguez, as the Mexicans would say. So let's go quickly through the standings. So at the moment we got our championship leader got secured his first place. Of course, he got 310 points for Alfa Romeo. It's Mr. Anka, of course. Second place we got VSR Jake with 202 points. Following in third, we got Axel Zerma with 189 points. So there's a 13-point gap between those two, and Jake will start from the back. So that will be very interesting. We got in fourth place DL Warren as a reserve, of course, with 120 points. P5 we got Vallejo with 108 points. P6 we got E2 with 88 points, so there's a little gap between them. Axel Brie has 74 points, so 14-point gap between him and E2. Then we got Taxi and P8 in the Renault with 69 points. P9 we got Kup Janssen, who can't make it today, I believe. Yeah, he's not in the standings. Uh, he's in P9, and to round off the top 10 we got J. Cole with 63 points, equal with Kup Janssen. So if he scores points today, then he will overtake him to get that 9th place.
And
So
right now,
yeah,
J. Cole doing a fantastic job. He's on provisional pole right now with a 27.3, absolutely miles ahead of everyone else.
exactly. It's a stunning lap, and I'm sure they can go faster. They just probably will put a lot of laps in the car to get some fuel and to do some quick quali laps to get comfortable around the track.
Yep, and we just seen then Zvedema jumping up into second place with a 28.3. And this is going to be interesting because is the race going to be wet or is it going to be dry? That's going to be the spicy situation now because these guys could be running out on track with a dry setup right now, which can be very painful when trying to set a good qualifying lap.
Exactly, and the thing is also they have to start on fresh tires. So, do you think they will go for the one stop or for the two stop today?
I believe the two stop is quicker than the one stop, so I expect the two stops to come out in full by here.
We will, time will tell for sure. So let's follow here with Axel Brie, who is in sector 3 going through the stadium section. Can he improve his lap time? He's at the moment in 5th place. As I'm saying that he dropped down to 6th, but can he improve? Let's see, he does a 128.8 going up back to his 5th place. So that's a solid lap, but still nowhere near close enough to pole position, who is 1 second off from everyone else.
Yep, and I'm currently on board with the man on provisional pole. That is J. Cole as he comes to the first sector split to see if there's any improvement here. And he is 2 tenths down on his time right now. He did have a little bit of traffic of Mr. Whippy in front of him, who is now out of his way. So we'll see if he can claw back any time in sector 2 as we come into the S section, which is very. It's going to be very tricky. Just keep it valid through in the dry. Never mind in the wet conditions. As J Cole, oh, he takes it. Oh, a little bit of a slide there on the exit.
Oh, it's
As
beautiful.
as we go now to the second sector split, and he has clawed back all the time that he has lost. So if he can just hook up this final sector, he could be improving on his time marginally, knowing that he's got 2 tenths in sector 1 to gain.
Yeah, so let's see what he comes here through the last corner. Can he improve his lap time? Let's follow it. Just about not. Does it better? Wait, did he better or not?
No, he didn't. He lost a lot of time in the final
Okay,
few corners with
look,
that
it's
slide, but
on my
let's
screen
see if we can improve it.
at the bottom. It said like 126 or something like that. So I got a little bit confused if he improved it or not.
It was a 27.6.
Yeah. So the Williams driver also, Murkett, who joined the league recently, is at P2. So he's doing a stunning job so far in the Williams car for sure.
Yes, and speaking of Williams, maybe we should have a little look at the constructors battles that's going on as well. Now we've looked at the drivers, we know it's all wrapped up.
Yeah, let's see where I can see the constructors, because at the moment I can't find it.
That's right, I'll get it up if you want to jump on board
Oh
with
yeah,
someone
that's
after
okay.
that.
Thank you. Let's follow it with Valho, but he's 2 seconds down on his quali lap time, so I don't think he is going for a full quali lap. Yeah, let's follow it with Axel Brie, who is in the sector 2, going through the S's, keeping his car stable. What's his delta gonna be at the moment? He's 3/10 up on his fast lap time, but he will need a lot more because the guy in front of him is Axel Brie, and we got a retirement. Did something happen? Or did he
Yep,
just...
that is Velo.
I think he retired in the pits because I see just a McLaren dots on in the pit lane. So yeah, but yeah, we got here Axie, who improved his lap time, but it's not enough to jump up a place because he's still 3/10 away from the guy in front, who is Axel Brie. So he still has to find a little bit more time, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely. And unfortunately, the constructor standings to me, I can't see who's where because the logos for the teams have not loaded for me.
Oh no, I know that Alfa Romeo has won the constructors before Mr. Anka won the championship, so I think, yeah, I mean, it's pretty clear that they are at P1.
Well,
But
right now we're saying that the first team in first has 335 points to their name. Second has 297, so it's not over in the constructors yet.
yeah, at the moment we also see here Tixi improving his lap time, going into third place in the Renault. So he's 2/10 off from Murkett, who is in second place. But if Tixi wanna get pole, he needs 9/10 to find on J. Cole, who is still into the pit lane. He's now coming out of it. So let's see if he can improve his pole lap time. Who else is on a quick lap? Let's see here with
I believe we got XC in the final sector coming from the final corners. Doesn't look like he's on a lap though.
no, he's coming right into the pit.
And
I'm not
Jake
sure.
spun.
Do you think?
Jake,
Yeah. Wait, what is Jake doing? Oh, he pulled out the lap time. He did the 129.5. Okay, okay, that's interesting.
yeah, but he spins it on the line and
I have no clue what he is doing. I mean, I saw him texting into the League of Europe chat that he wasn't gonna do a lap time, but it seems like he is then.
yeah, we got as Redeemer in the S's right now as he just picks up the invalidation there
That's a
on
shame.
the exit, and he was, I believe, 3 times off his time, so I don't think it was going to be an improvement, but
Let's
we'll
follow
be
it with
disappointed.
Axel Brie, who is also in the third sector in the stadium right now. So it seems like he is up on his time. So let's see if he can improve and get into the top 5 or maybe top 3. Let's see what he can do. It's a 128.5. He improved his lap. Wait, did he improve?
28.5. I think he improved, but only marginally.
Yeah, indeed. Because yeah, Axel Brie was 3/10 behind him. So I think he improved like 2/10. But interesting fact here, we got Axie on the intermediate tires out, but can he? Is it? I don't know if that will work out. It's a bold strategy for sure, because you see him now struggling on those tires to get a grip in, because they're still cold, of course. But I'm curious if the tires will be faster or not.
Well, we'll have to wait and see how he gets on in this middle sector. By here, he looks pretty stable at the moment. So maybe this is an inspired decision from Exy.
Yeah, indeed, and he's the only guy on the intermediate tire, so it's a bold strategy to do, but I hope it will pay off for him.
Yep, as we go through the S's, and as I mentioned, he looks stable through it.
We also have Axel Zuidem at the moment, 3 tenths up on his quickest lap time. So let's see what he can do. He comes here at the finish line. What will it be? It will be 27.7. He's 4 tenths off J. Cole. And he backs up, but it's not enough to get pole position. But he will start at the front row at the moment if everything stays like this.
Yep, and now let's see what Exy can do on his final flying lap. He's gambled. He's chucked on a set of the intermediates as the checker flag now comes out as Graham will finish in P10 as it stands right now. Can't improve on his position anymore as we got a Haas in the final sector.
Yeah, let's see. I think that's Ito and his teammate, but he invalidated his lap time, so he won't improve anymore. But his teammate Inbounds Cupid will start from last place. But that doesn't mean anything though, because you have a lot of overtaking potential on this track. So I'm sure that he can gain some places still.
Yep, and from what it looks like right now, Exy has made the call, but it's not working out for him. He was 3 tenths down in sector 1, and this sector 2 has looked a bit tail happy for him.
Yeah, indeed.
And there's the
Um,
invalidation.
Let's see. Oh yeah, invalidated indeed. That's a shame. But he will still start in P9 anyway because I think everyone else has finished his lap time. Only J. Cole will come here now. He improves his pole lap time by 1/10 with a 1:27.2. That's impressive. He's half a second faster than everyone else. That's insane. Well done.
Yeah, and I believe we just had Bree improving on his time as well, getting up ahead of Velo.
Yeah, exactly. But what a lap time from the Racing Points. God, just like in real life, they perform better into the rain, it seems. But let's go through the qualifying grid. So, in first place, we got J. Cole in pole position, half a second off from everyone else, at least. So, that's it. That's impressive lap. I still can't believe it. P2, we got Axel Zuidem and the McLaren. P3, we got Taxi. P4, we got Murricket. P5, E2. Solid job from him in the Haas. In sixth place, we got Axel Brie. P7, we got Wello. P8 we got Bag and Bones,
Yeah,
P9
bag of bones.
Axie, and to round off the top 10 we got Graham. Then we got Jake and P11, Rolling Rick, Andre, Mr. Whippy, and then to round it off we got Inbounds Cupid at last place. So that was insane to see Jake being so dominant, like right from the start.
Yep, J. Cole absolutely flying in the wet conditions, but it is blue skies here in the race.
Yeah, I'm still in my loading screen, but indeed, as you say, it's a sunny day here in Mexico. I think people will still try to go for the two-stop strategy from starting on the soft, medium, and then going back to the soft. But yeah, I'm curious what Jake will do if he can beat J. Cole on this track and how people will perform into the dry because I'm not sure if they will have used a dry setup or not for the qualifying session. So
I think they would have used a dry setup and just bumped up the front wing a little bit.
yeah, it would make more sense. But let's see. I hope it will stay dry in the race, to be honest, so we can have like pure racing. But I wouldn't mind to see rain falling down at the end of the race.
Yep, and interestingly enough, if I was any of these guys right now, I would be chucking on the mediums at the start of this race just to give myself the option of whether I wanted to do the two stop or the one stop.
I think many people has followed your advice because I see many starting on the medium tires. Only 4 people will start on the softer tires, so they will have to do a lot of overtaking in the beginning of the laps, because otherwise the strategy might not work for them. But
And there we go, the predicted pit stop strategy.
do you think that they will do a one-stop, medium hard?
I personally, I don't think they will, but obviously you want that option open to you. You want as many options open to you as possible. And starting on the mediums, that you open up the possibility for the one stop, or if you feel that the tire wear is it's just a bit too much, you can just go on to 2 sets of the softs and fly towards the end of the race.
Yeah, exactly. But interesting enough too, Jake is starting on the softer tires, so can he do a copycat of the USA Grand Prix, where he started from the back and was in P1 after 8 laps?
Well, it would be fantastic if he's able to pull that off, as we got the race leaders going into the stadium section, which is a fantastic part of this circuit. If it's always an absolute joy to see watching that live
Yeah,
when we
exactly.
go to the stadiums, especially when it's Perez.
It's a the fans will just go super wild when Perez just. I hope Perez will go to Red Bull next year, so the fans will maybe cheer on if he can win the Mexican Grand Prix. But anyway, we're here in the online world. We got Jake Cole in a pole position in Perez's car also. So let's see what he can do. As we will have the 5 red lights now going on. Can Axel Zelma challenge J. Cole? 5 red lights are out and away we go. We got a good start from um, J. Cole, who is now going side by side by Axel Zelma, who has had a better start right now. We got Dixie.
Dixie, oh, he's trying to pinch his way in there.
Squeeze in, but we got Zelma going side by side with J. Cole. We got a little
Oh,
touch of
Mark,
Market, who is round. We got still uh, J. Cole defending his first position.
Jake's up in the fifth.
How did he manage to pull that off?
Jake already up in the fifth place here in this race, and we've only done 4 corners here.
Wow, what to start from, Jay? We got here Graham going side by side with Axie, who had to go over the curbs, and I can tell they are not that small. So let's see. Oh, we got Rolling Rick going a little bit wide still, side by side with Axel Brie. He had to cut the corner a little bit, but yeah, what a dramatic start this was. We got such a shame that Murkit got involved with a collision out there, but yeah, let's see here. We got still J. Cole within a second of Axel Zello, who gets followed right behind by Dixie and VSR Jake, who is on the softer tires. So yeah, first lap done here.
And he's got a fantastic run out of the final corner, does Jake, as he is going to overtake Trixie now on the run down into turn 1. It's side by side. It's oh so close between
Oh, they're
them.
banging tires. This is insane to see. We got. Oh, they make contact. Oh, we got Dixie. Oh,
Trixie and Jake are around.
oh wow.
Dead. Oh,
Jake is out of the race.
Jake in an absolute heap in the middle of turn 3.
Wow. I mean, they were banging tires in the middle of the straight, so I mean, I wasn't surprised that it wouldn't end in a collision, but Dixie gave him a good squeeze out there and at turn 1. Who do you think who was at fault out there?
Honestly, I was on board with Trixie at the end of that instant, and the thing is, they were ghosting for me due to the fact that we got a timing glitch, so it was difficult to see just how much contact they were making with each other.
Yeah, exactly. But the green flags are back out, and there is a huge gap between J. Cole, Zedema, and then we got Velo, who, yeah, at the moment the gaps are a little bit glitched, so it's a bit unfortunate. But let's see what the drivers can do. But a huge shame for Jake, who will miss out now on big points on Axel Zedema, because the gap was only 13 gap. 30 points. So we got two people going into the pit lane. We got Tixi and E2. So did they have front wing damage?
I think what's going on there is obviously I was on board with Tixie, and it looked like Tixie was so wide on the exit of turn one that turn two was always going to be an issue for him to make the corner. And unfortunately, he's just tagged the rear of Jake. Both of them have gone around. And I think E2 has just gone straight into Jake just because of how close they were at the start of this race.
Yeah, it's a huge shame for Jake, and that's sometimes the thing that will pay off. If you start in the middle of the track, you have to deal with traffic, and it's a shame that this ended up in a collision. But maybe the stewards will have a further look into it, who was at fault, and if someone will get a penalty for it or not.
Yep, and what that has done is given Zradema a fantastic opportunity to get himself into second in this championship. And with Jake not scoring no points here, this is just 3 points gained for Zwadema. And also, with both of the McLarens up there, second and third, it's going to be big for them in the constructors. I think they're the team in second place looking to close up on the Alfa Romeos.
Yes, exactly. But it's a long race for sure. We got 36 laps. We're only at lap 4, so anything can happen right now. As we are following now with Axel Brie, who is very close to Graham. He's not using any overtake, as you can see on his steering wheel. So I think he's just gonna sit behind for now. Maybe try to save some more ERS and fuel, and then go for a lounge on the Racing Point car.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, we got Tixie and E2 on the set of the hard tyres. Now, from personal experience of previous races around this track, I have always found the hards to be a slow tyre. It's just not a very good race tyre.
As we go now, Axel Brie is going around the outside. Oh, they make contact again, and Graham is round.
Oh, as Merck almost went straight into him. It's lucky Graham ghosted there.
Oh, that's so unlucky. I mean, I saw that Graham got his rear end got a little bit loose at turn 11, I think it is. And Axel Brie tried to go around the outside, but they made contact. Once again, yeah, it's a shame to see that that people, I mean that these end up in spins.
Yeah, and what that means is that we end up with a race where we have not much to talk about because there's so many gaps because everyone's spun.
Yeah, exactly. Like everyone is now 2 seconds between each other. We had inbound Cupid, who was very close to Graham, but he had a little bit of a messy first, second, and third corner. So he's now just about within the DRS zone. We got also Dixie going for a move on Andre. So that's a job done for Dixie, but he will have to do a lot of redemption on this race after that lap 2 incident.
Yeah, but Tixie and Merck, for that matter, have got a long race ahead of them, trying to overtake the likes of the cars ahead to get themselves back up into the prominent positions where they're going to feel where they belong.
Yeah, as we were following Andre, who took a little bit of interesting lines through turn 5 and turn 6, as he got a 3-second time penalty for that. But yeah, let's see if there are any battles to follow. We got Axel Brie, who is very close to Axie right now. So will he try to go for a move or not? He's not using any overtake right now on the straight, and Axie is very low on the ERS, as you can see. So he will do a little bit of a reduction, I think it's called, on the ERS.
Yeah, I think Bree playing the long game right now. He just knows that he can't waste all of his ERS early on and be a sitting duck.
Yeah, indeed. As the penalties are starting to get up, we already have 5 people who have a 3-second time penalty with our race leader also who is getting under pressure from Axel Zadwa, who is now smelling a victory after VSR Jake retired from the race. So he will surely be motivated to get everything out of this race to get that second place secured. So what do you think? Who will win today?
Well, right now, J. Cole has a 3-second time penalty to his name.
Yeah, exactly. So J. Cole has to keep it clean right now for the upcoming race. But let's see here with Axel Brie, who is going side by side with Axie, and he makes the move stick around the outside before turn 1, outbraking the AlphaTauri driver. So that's a solid job from the Mercedes driver, who is now into 4th place. He's 5.5 seconds down on the McLaren driver of Welho, so he will have to do a little bit of a catch up to the McLaren drivers.
Yep, Velo in a bit of a lonely world right now.
Yeah, indeed. Let's follow back again with our race leaders at the moment, J. Cole and Zuidema. Zuidema not leaving any room behind the Racing Point driver. Are you still there, Mike? I think my Discord is a little bit acting up. But yeah, welcome back, Mike. I think my internet is doing a little bit of interesting stuff. Okay, we're still trying to reconnect with Mike. But in the meantime, we're following here with Axel Zuidema, who is right behind J. Cole. Let me see what this problem is. Mike?
J. Cole, we got Andre having a nice little battle there with E2 in the final sector. E2 they're getting the move done down the inside, but Andre will have the DRS to fight back, I believe.
I'm back again. Yeah, it seems like I had a little bit of a problem on Discord. So we have a yellow flag at the moment too in sector 3. It was back and bones, but seems like it was just a spin.
Yeah, but E2 they're launching it down the inside of Andre to get that move done and dusted. So E2 now up into the points paying positions into 12th.
At the moment, my graphics is still a little bit. Yeah, we had Axel Zuidema losing his spot. It says on the screen to J. Cole, but he's still within a second of the Racing Point driver. So I think this will be a very long game that's being played by Zuidema. So he's just trying to stay behind J. Cole, putting him under pressure. Maybe trying to get him more penalties by putting some pressure on him.
Yeah, it's Redeemer playing a game of no risk needed at the moment. All he's got to do is just drive, keep it clean on track limits, and he should be fine. As J. Cole already with that 3-second time pen.
I mean, he still has time though, because there are still 27 laps to go, so they have to still make 2 stops or 1 stop. It depends what strategy they are going for. So this will maybe Axel Zuidema will try to go for an undercut on the Racing Point driver.
Yep, maybe yes. We got Trixie getting through on Mr. Whitby there for P10. So Trixie now trying to get himself back up the order. However, he is over 40 seconds. Oh, as we're on board with Mr. Whitby, and Mr. Whitby spun it on the curb.
Well, that was a little bit unexpected, but yeah, he got overtaken now by E2, who is on the harder compound. So yeah, I'm not sure if those tires will be destroyed or not. But yeah, let's follow again here with Axel Zuidema, who is very close behind J. Cole, but I don't think. Oh, we got Merkit going for a move on Axie down to turn 1. So that's a solid job from the Williams driver, who is now trying to recover after that first lap.
Yep, the first lap carnage, which really sent Merkid around and back down the order. He is going to be trying to get himself back up into that podium position.
Yeah, let's
Because
follow
now
you
with
with Andre, who is trying to chase down Mr. Whippy, who has probably a little bit of flat spots on those softer tires, but they both go very wide as they try to outbrake themselves. I'm not sure what that was, but a beautiful line from Andre on Mr. Whippy. But I think, wait, did I see it? Yeah, he has front wing damage. The Mercedes driver on the front right.
well, interestingly enough, we do have the pit window open now for the two stoppers.
What
Lap
is?
11 to
Oh,
lap
Mr.
14.
Whippy
That's
retired
Mr.
from the
Whippy.
race. He moved over to the side and parked his car over there. That's
Hopefully, this
interesting.
doesn't cause a safety. Actually, I kind of hope it does cause a safety car to punch these guys back up.
Yes, we're following him back with Graham. Is he gonna send it down the inside of the Ferrari driver? Oh, the gap was closing. They make a little bit of contact on the front left tire of the Racing Point driver. Graham going very wide at turn 3, letting the Racing Point car through. I think he lets him through
Oh,
as
Andreas retired.
Andre retired from the race. Andre retired on the track as well. What's happening?
Unbelievable. I don't know if you're going to retire in the pit lane, lads. But what this means now is that all the finishers will gain points. So as long as you don't DNF now, you're guaranteed a single point.
Yes, exactly. But back in Bones now, he's 60 seconds behind P11, so he's driving a little bit of a lonely race right now, but at least he will get a point of it. So I hope everyone else will try to we'll try to finish the race, of course. But we got now Dixie having a beautiful exit down through turn 11, going side by side with the Haas driver. Well, that was very close again. With they made contact as inbound Cupid. Um, lost his car out there. So I guess they made a little bit of contact. Banked some. Oh man, this is such a shame that it's happening again.
Yeah, for some reason today, Trixie just can't seem to get away from other people's cars at the moment, can he?
Maybe he has a little bit of a magnet in his car out there.
Yeah, he's got the Mario Kart magnet.
Or maybe he's using that banana peel to let the other drivers just slip out.
He is in the Renault after all.
Yeah. Interesting fact out there that you say. But yeah, we had the inbound Cupid now into the pit lane, losing his spot to Back and Bones. So he will try to do a little bit of catch up, as he will maybe get lapped later on as he come out of the pits. Just in front of J. Cole and Axel Zelda, who are still chasing down each other.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, you can see J. Cole's ERS at the moment over 20% worse off than Zvedema right now.
Yeah, so Zvedema really is just saving some ERS, saving some fuel, thinking like, okay, this is a nice sending drive behind this Racing Point car. Let me have that P1 later on, and the job is done. But of course, it's easier said than done, because we know that Jaco really loves to fight for a position. And at the moment, we got Rolling Rick going right behind the Racing Point driver. Will he try to go for a move down the inside of turn 4? But he's not that close enough. He's trying to use some overtake, but I don't think that he's close enough to go for a move. He's trying to look for it, but he's thinking better of it and tries to wait another lap.
Yeah, and this is crucial for J. Cole. Oh no, Inbounds gets out of his way. J. Cole would have loved Inbounds just to stay ahead of him a little longer, so he had the DRS.
Yeah, I don't think that he will have DRS right now. Let's see. No, the DRS wing stays close, so inbound Cupid. Oh, we have a yellow flag in sector 2, so it's a Ferrari indeed. That's Rolling Rick. Does he has damage? Yeah, he has. The front right is totally gone, but did they make contact, you think? Graham and Rolling Rick? Because they were in a fight.
We can't rule it out, but we can't make speculations, of course. And unfortunately, that means Rolling Rick will have to make his pit stop a little bit earlier than what he would have wanted. But he should still be in the range of that standard two-stop strategy as Trixie now gets himself back up into 8th place. So he's starting to make some progress, is Trixie, but look at the gap between him and the race leader. It's still 43 seconds.
Yeah, it's that's a big gap to close. Like Jaco has to do 2 pit stops to get that gap closed, but of course we can't rule out if there will be a safety car or not, because we have seen a little bit of incidents right now. Already we are like 1/3 of the race further, so it will be interesting to see. But let's see here. Back in Bones going for the overtake on Rolling Wreck, who is coming out of the pits on the harder tires, so he will
Oh, here
try
we
to.
go. Zudema, he's closer than what he's ever been before. Doesn't think about it, but maybe he'll line it up for turn 4.
He has a lot of ERS to use for sure, so let's see if he will try to overtake it, but it seems like he won't. But what's happening out here? So we got 2 guys into the pit lane. We got Murkett and Axel Brie, who are putting on the softer tires. We got also Graham into the pit lane right now, so everyone is trying to do a pit stop right now, but they are, as you said, they are going for the 2-stop, putting on those softer tires. So they will surely have to pit again later on in the race.
Yeah, and right now I'm just looking at this gap between J. Cole and Redeemer. The ERS advantage definitely in Redeemer's back pocket here. It's a matter of time, and will Redeemer use it to overtake on this lap, or will they peel off into the pit lane?
I think he's just waiting before Checo. Yeah, he comes into
Okay.
the pit, so he will try to use now all the ERS that he can to make an overcut on the Racing Point driver, but you have to make it stick first too. And we have here also Rolling Ray closing up back again on the AlphaTauri driver. So let's see if he can go for a move on the AlphaTauri of Back and Bones. He's trying to close up, but he's not close enough to send it down the inside. As we have Jekyll now coming out of the pit lane in clear air, so he can try to push down now to make sure that Axel Zadema won't overtake him doing this overcut of him.
Yeah, and the handy thing for Exiles Redeemer is that he had all that ERS. He used a lot of it on the run down into turn 1. As you can see now, he was on like 90%. He's now down to just under 50%.
Yes, we're here following with Jekyll, who is in total 19 seconds behind Axel Zadema. So the gap is not that big, of course. So normally it should be that Jaco would come out in front of Zerma since he has the softer tires on his car. So let's see, we got also
We've got
now a
Brie and
battle
Merck.
between Murkett and Axel Brie, who is down the outside of turn 6, who has made the move stick. That's beautiful. We have now also Axel Zerma putting on those softer tires right now. So let's see, where will he come out?
J. Cole has got this in the bag, I think.
Yeah, he still has to do a little bit of. Yeah, there goes Jaco overtaking. He has pulled off the gap a little bit more, so that's a solid
Yes,
job
2
from
seconds.
the Racing Point driver. Maybe just what he needs.
Yeah, 2.6 seconds. The gap now between J. Cole and Redeemer as Redeemer exits the pit lane. And this is going to be interesting now because that 3-second time penalty now is on the teetering edge of J. Cole winning this race and J. Cole losing this race.
Yes, indeed. But at the moment, the gaps are a little bit spread out, except for Murkett and Axelbrie, who are within a second of each other. But I don't think that Axelbrie will go for a move right now. Let's follow a little bit with the Mercedes driver. If he can stay, he has a purple first sector down due to having DRS from the Williams driver. So let's see if he can pull a revenge attack on Murkett.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see if he can close back up. He will have DRS to help him close up. And Tuxie's left the session.
Oh, that's such a shame. I'm gonna try to re-invite Dixie if I'm not sure if I have him in his. No, I don't have him as front end team. So Maybe
And
Checo will.
Velo chucking on a set of the hard compound tyre, so he's going for the one stop.
That's very interesting to see as he come out now into the pit lane. We have Merkit trying to get some slipstream of Velo, who is on. I think he will maybe have a little bit of a disadvantage in the beginning due to all the others being on the softer tires, but I think this can work for him.
Well, what this has done is brought Merkid and Brie back in a possibility at that final spot on the podium.
Yeah, but as you can see, Merkit, who is now really close to Valho, who is on those cold hard tires, so I think it's best for him to pull out the move straight away after he gets DRS on the main straight. So let's see if he will go for a move on the McLaren driver.
I mean, it is crucial for Merckx and Brie to get this move done ASAP because they do not want to be stuck behind. The longer they're stuck behind the McLaren, the more likely it is that Velo can keep a hold of
Oh,
his
we
lead.
got a yellow flag
E2's
into
around.
sector 2. That's E2 who was around. He was right behind the AI driver of Taxi, so I'm not sure if it has anything to do with each other, but let's follow again.
Merckx into P3 now.
Yeah, that was a beautiful move from the Williams driver, who indeed used his DRS, as I said, what was best to do for him. But let's see
And here
if
comes Brie.
Axel Brie can follow me. He was looking for it, but yeah, he thinks better of it. Maybe trying to get a better exit out of turn 5 it is. But yeah, he will have to stay one lap more behind the McLaren driver.
Yeah, and now we'll see just how much of a gap Merckx can create. He's already up to 8 tenths, 9 tenths. He's almost out of DRS range of Velo there.
Yeah, exactly. Also, we have Sadaba, who is closing up that gap between him and J. Cole. The gap was before 2.9, but Sadaba, who has this one lap fresher softer tires, and J. Cole trying to close that gap back up again. But yeah, everyone is now here in the slipstream train. You see them waving around, but I don't think that anyone is close enough just yet to make a move.
Yeah, and this is going to be heartbreaking for Brie because he knows that probably by the end of this lap, Velo will be out of DRS range and he'll have over a second to catch up to Merckx.
Yeah, and the thing is, Valho has now DRS from the guy in front, so he can just sit back and use the DRS as a defending from Axel Brie. So I think yeah, Axel Brie has a lot to do to try to get that P4 if you want to get Merckx back for the podium position.
Yeah, for Velo, it is crucial that he stays within DRS of Merckx, but for Brie, it's crucial that he gets past Velo on this lap.
Yeah, he's really right behind the McLaren driver. I think he's closer than he was before, but who has the best exit at the last turn? But let's follow here with Axel Brie, who is closing up. He's not using much overtake at the moment. He's using it in a little boost, but I don't think he's close enough just yet to send it down the inside of Valho. So he will have to wait maybe between turn 3 and turn 4 to go for a move again. As he has a better exit or not, but yeah, he's using a little bit of overtake, but seems like he's not trying to go for a move, as we has E2 going for a move on Dixie, the AI driver, who sadly lost connection from the lobby.
Yep, we do have a nice little battle between Bag of Bones and Rolling Rick by here for P10.
Yeah, they were fighting for a few laps right now, but seems like Bag of Bones is just sitting behind the Ferrari driver, saving some ERS, as I think the Ferrari has around 30% of ERS just left. and Bag and Bones still has a lot of ERS that he can still use for later on.
Yep, and Spadema now got that gap down to 1.3 seconds now.
Yeah, he's closing in pretty fast, so J. Cole will have to prepare himself again to defend from the McLaren driver and try not to get under pressure from him.
Yep, and once again, Bree not close enough to Velo, and Velo not close enough to Merkid.
Yeah, I think it's just gonna be a little bit of a train, waiting for someone to make a mistake first or putting them under pressure. At the moment, the three drivers have also a penalty, but let's see. Merkid has a 6-second time penalty, so he will have to pull out the 3-second gap at least to the guys behind if he wants to keep that third spot on the podium.
Well, it's not just that. The longer Velo stays behind, the better his chances are of keeping hold of third, because Merkid and Bree will have to make another pit stop, and they will have an entire pit stop to close back up as Velo picks up another 3-second time penalty there.
Yeah, that's 6 seconds. As we has also Axel Zuidema at the moment, who is 1 second now behind J. Cole, so he surely is pushing hard right now.
Bree tapping the back of Velo there. Not sure if there's any front wing damage, but definitely a little bit of contact between the two of them.
Yeah, but this is good for Merkid because he's now out of the DRS zone of Wellhouse, so he can now try to pull a gap between the two, and Axel Bree, who is a little bit more behind Wello.
But the thing is, Velo had DRS on the lap car, so Velo able to close back in somewhat.
That's a little bit unlucky for the Williams driver of Merkid. So yeah, as you can see, Wello back into the DRS zone of Merkid, and Axel Bree also still into the DRS of the McLaren driver. Couldn't up.
But this is a good opportunity for Merkid because he's much quicker in the S's than Velo due to the tyre difference. So if he can just get himself out of that second window, the
Yeah.
gap is just around about 9/10, isn't it?
Axel Bree also now picking up another 3-second time penalty, so they're now
And Bree not
equal
in the,
on penalties, I believe. Yeah.
yeah, and Bree no longer in DRS range.
Oh, that's gonna be a struggle for. I think maybe his tires are getting a little bit done right now. Not sure if he will commit. No, it's not. It's a bit too early to pit for new softer tires. But yeah, this is good for the McLaren team because now Wello can still stick within a second of Merkid, who, as you said before, still has to pit, and the other drivers like Axel Zuidema and J. Cole also still have to pit. So at the moment, I think Welho will come out in first place.
Yeah, I think at the moment it will be very close by the time they get to their pit stop. So Velo, I think, will have the better tires now to start attacking these soft front of Merkid. And the Zuidema now in DRS range of J. Cole. And will Zuidema think about an undercut on the racing point this time? After seeing
Yeah,
how powerful it was for J. Cole.
I mean the overcut definitely didn't work for Zuidema, so I think he will try to go for another strategy if he wants to get that P1 in on track itself, because at the moment J. Cole still has that 3-second time penalty and Zuidema still has no penalties at all.
Merkid's
So
in.
okay, that's interesting because he will try to.
Oh, J. Cole's picked up another 3-second time penalty. J. Cole now on 6 seconds,
that's
and
bad.
that is going to be. Oh, that's made it even Stevens with him and Velo now, so he will be praying that he comes out ahead of Velo.
Yeah, exactly. That's such a shame because he's leading this race all race long, and I mean he's doing a great job so far. But it's such a shame that he has 6 seconds of penalties at the moment. As you can see, Rolling Rick, who was going a little bit wide to let pass the leaders, but his car was ghosting, so I'm not sure if you actually have to go that wide or not, but yeah, it's a thought that count, of course. Everyone else now
Yeah,
also making a pit stop right now, as you can see. Let's
Redeemer 5 tenths off the back of J. Cole.
yeah, he's using the DRS, but as you can see also the light is going up from J. Cole at the back, so that means that his ERS is totally up nearly. And Axel Zelmo is right behind the Racing Point driver. Will he go for a move? I don't believe. I think he will wait a little bit more and to make that pit stop, not taking
Um,
any unnecessary risks. Let's see here. We got Merkit, who did the purple third sector, coming out in front of Axel Brie, who is still now going out of the pit. So yeah,
and yet, this is what I was talking about earlier. Merckx now has 18 seconds to catch up to Velo now.
yeah. As the gaps also like getting a little bit more spread up right now. As you can see, the only gap that's very close between each other is Axel Zadba and Jaco. As Zadba is right behind the Racing Point driver. Will he finally go for a move for the first place, where we have been waiting on for so long? But no, they
Oh,
both
he's in.
pull out into the pit lane, so it will be a pit stop battle between McLaren and Racing Point.
And now all eyes on Velo, who could be taking the race lead here as Merckx picks up another 3-second time penalty.
Let's
And
see, it's a
Merckx,
good
if
pit
he gets
stop from
ahead of
the
J.
McLaren
Cole,
drivers. And Axel Zema overtakes J. Cole into the pit lane, so I'm not sure what happened out there because J. Cole is now is more behind the McLaren driver. So did he do a front wing change or did he just got held up?
I am not entirely sure. I think he possibly could have been held up in the pits by Zrodema's car because Zrodema's pit stop is a little bit closer to the pit entry than
Yeah,
J.
but
Cole.
that's 3 second gap between those two, so he got held up massively then behind the McLaren driver. So this can be very crucial for the race because now Axel Zerba is 3 seconds behind Welho, who is still going on those harder tires until the end. But yeah, will there be team orders? You think, or will Welho try to fight for that first place?
Nah, Velo's not going to fight Zrodema for that first place. Honestly, Velo's fight is not with his teammate right now, and the reason being is the fact that not only has he already lost on penalties, Zrodema is on much fresher, 2 compound softer tires. It's not going to be much competition.
Yeah, as you can see, Velo with 6 seconds of penalties. Sadama, who is staying clean so far from penalties. Jaco also has 6 seconds. Merkit has 9 seconds, and Exobri also has 6 seconds. So the
And
penalties are a little
actually,
bit big, but that's expected because this track is really hard on track limits.
yeah, not only that, you got Exy who's keeping it clean on penalties as well. Could be looking to potentially jump ahead of the likes of Bree and Merkid if they continue to pick up penalties, as E2 picks up another penalty.
Yeah, let's follow it with Axel Zerma because right now he's pushing very hard to get that fastest lap. He's in sector 2 nearly within a second of his teammate Welho, who is still going out on
There
those
he is
harder
now.
tires. Yeah, he's closing up very quickly, so this can be very good because if he can get that fastest lap and then maybe a 1-2 for the McLaren boys, it would be massive for the constructors.
Yep, and I don't think Redeemer's going to get his fastest lap. Velo really holding him up in the final sector.
Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, he doesn't get the fastest lap indeed, but he will go for an overtake on his teammate. So let's follow here with Axel Zemo finally grabs that first place position right now. This can be very crucial for the standings because Jake has now lost 25 points to Zerba, who is winning this race at the moment. So this can be massive for the standings.
Yep, 100%. As Redeemer sitting in prime position now to go into the next race, which will be at Brazil, with a pretty healthy, a healthy lead ahead of Jake in the drivers' championship, and also at the moment a 1-2 for McLaren. And I believe there is no Alfa Romeos out there. That would actually take them ahead of Alfa Romeo in the constructors.
I think isn't Alfa Romeo already champions in the?
It says the gap is like 30 odd points in the
Oh, that's
standings, so I
interesting.
don't think so.
Okay, good to know. But yeah, as you can see, J. Cole right now behind the McLaren driver, but I don't think that Wallo can do much because these guys are on much fresher, softer tires, and I think he just wants to secure that third spot on the podium.
Yeah, I think Velo understands that the best he could do is maybe hold J. Cole up, but just be a nuisance for him for a lap or two.
I mean, he got
But
his third place booked because he still has this 12-second gap nearly between him and Merkit, and Merkit has 9 seconds of penalties while Velo has 6 seconds, so it will be hard to close that gap within 7 laps unless there will be a safety car, but at the moment everything is spread out, so I don't think that there will be any more safety cars coming out.
yeah, and I think this is where we enter the phase of the race where we just we're just waiting for something to happen when we know that at the moment
We, fo-
nothing is gonna
we can
happen.
follow here though with Beck and Bones, who is right behind Rolling Wreck, but they both have blue flags right now because J. Cole is right behind them. But let's see here, following with Beck and Bones, who is going for a move on the Ferrari driver. They go side by side for that ninth place position. This will be crucial for sure in the standings. But Rolling Wreck letting now J. Cole through on the outside of before turn one. Cuts a little bit of turn three. Turn two it is. So yeah, let's follow it with Back and Bones, who is now letting J Cole through. But yeah, he keeps at the ninth place position.
Yeah, but Mergate picking up 12 seconds of penalties now.
Oh, this isn't good for the Williams driver, who will probably lose out, and to Axel Breu, who is within 3 seconds, or nearly 3 seconds of the Williams driver, but he has 6 seconds of penalty. So Merkit has to pull out a 6 second gap if he wants to keep that fourth place position, but at the moment it's not looking that good for the Williams driver.
And hang on, it looks like we will have a battle for the race lead because J. Cole within DRS again.
Yeah, I mean he can try to fight and get the P1 on track, but he's within with he has DRS, I think. But
No, he doesn't.
oh, he doesn't, because I heard a little beep when you cross over on the DRS detection zone, but seems like he hasn't got any DRS then, but he surely will have now for the second part.
No, it's just
No?
one activation.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my bad there. But yeah, we'll have to wait on another lap then to go for a move on Axel Zuidema. E2 having another 3 second time penalty, who is now 6 seconds behind Graham. But yeah, let's keep a watch here on the leaders of J. Cole and Axel Zuidema.
Looking at the fastest lap of the race at the moment, it does belong to Swadema, so he's looking good to take maximum points away from this race.
It's gonna be very crucial for the standings for sure, as we have only 2 rounds left after this race.
Yeah, we are into crunch time in the season. Unfortunately, the drivers' championship already decided. Now we got to decide who is gonna get second in the drivers and who is gonna win the constructors.
Yeah, indeed, as Jaco goes for a move down the inside of Axel Zelma, getting that P1 spot back. right? Because he probably thinks like, okay, I've been leading here this race for 80% at least, so give me that spot back and let me at least finish at P1 on track. I can't blame him though.
Yeah, J. Cole has been driving fantastically today, but unfortunately, it's just a case of too many pens. And yeah, just to bring everyone up to date on the constructors championship at the moment, the gap between McLaren and Alpha is 38 points.
So if Zuidema, oh, he goes for a move, they're ghosting. That was weird. So J. Cole, oh no wait, it was a little bit of a glitch, but on my screen I guess, a little bit with the internet issue. But on my screen, J. Cole was going wide at the stadium section, and Zuidema was going back through for the first, yeah, for P1. So it was a little bit of confusing for me to see, but yeah, J. Cole still in the lead.
Right. So as it stands right now, because we know Zradema is going to be able to jump ahead of J. Cole on penalties as it stands, the McLarens will be taking 41 points away from this race, and the Alfa Romeos taking nothing away from this race, but the gap 38 points. So McLaren will be leading the constructors by 3 points going into Brazil if it stays like this.
That's really interesting. But yeah, as we are here following back again with Axel Zuidema, who is still within a second of J. Cole, I think he will try to get that first place back to win on track.
Yeah, but knowing both of these guys just winning on track, that's all they're focused on right now. They know that penalties will come into play. It's a matter of pride now between these two of who will finish first on track. And the gap between Merckx and Velo now down to 5.5 seconds. But those soft tyres now, I think, starting to feel a little bit second hand as we got Redeemer looking for the switch back there on J. Cole.
We have a yellow flag as well in sector 2. I think that's inbound Cupid who
I think
lost
so, but here comes Redeemer. He's going to look around the outside for turn 4.
It's gonna be interesting. Can J. Cole defend from his first place position? Zerwa Wu has the inside line now for the next two corners, but let's see what will happen. But I think Zerwa has booked it. No, they're still going side by side. So, oh no, J. Cole has backed out of it, thinks better of it, and tries to go maybe for a last minute move at the last lap. But what a battle this is.
Oh, he picks up another 3-second time penalty, does J. Cole.
Yeah, it doesn't matter anymore at the moment. He just wants to get at the first place on track. But yeah, he has this 9-second gap between him and Wello, so I think he's safe for.
I mean, he could get disqualified for picking up too many pens.
Yeah, but it's the last lap right now, so let's see if J. Cole will try to go for. If he's not
got
close
nothing
enough at
left.
all.
He's got nothing left in his ERS.
This will be very interesting to see if J. Cole will send it down the inside or not of turn 4. So let's follow here with the Racing Point driver. As you can see, Zedema, who still has left a little bit of overtake, used it all to defend from the Racing Point driver. So at the moment, we still got Zedema on track in first position, but I think J. Cole will still try to do everything what he can to overtake him back again.
Yeah, but the thing is, J. Cole's running out of opportunities now. As we come for the S's for the final time of this race, J. Cole not close enough to have a look.
Yeah, but what a battle this is between those two. But I think Zedema has now surely booked a victory for today at the Mexican Grand Prix. Those 26 even, because he has added the fastest lap. But here he comes through the last corner. Zedema wins the Mexican Grand Prix. As you can see, J. Cole losing his car on on track, but yeah, it doesn't matter because J. Cole has second place after a well-fought Grand Prix. Well, with a great strategy, finishing in third place at the moment. But yeah, Merkit having those penalties. Let's see, Exelpri who moves up into P4 due to the penalties. But yeah, we have a yellow flag at the sector 3 due to J. Cole high score. Yeah, who spun out. So let's follow here with Graham, who is behind E2, but E2 has 20 seconds of penalties right now. So that will be P7, I think it is, for the Racing Point driver. So those points will be very much needed for the constructors.
Yeah, but as we got E2 crossing the line now, he'll drop behind Graham, who will pick up that P7, but what a fantastic drive from both J. Cole and Zradima, and end of the day, Redeemer just showing why track limits and keeping yourself clean on penalties is just so important, because now he takes second in the Drivers' Championship and McLaren take first in the Constructors' Championship.
So who was your driver of the day today? I must
It
admit
has to be Redeemer.
Yeah, exactly. But for me, it also like if it maybe was raining in the race, J. Cole could have got another chance to win on track because he seemed to be very quick into the wet. But yeah, it's a shame that it stayed dry for him.
But there we go.
Yeah, let's go through the grid one more time. So we got Axel Zadwa, who took the victory and the fastest lap, so 26 points for him. J. Cole after well-fought Grand Prix in P2. Wellho with a great strategy in P3. Axel Bree down to penalties, moving up into P4. Merkit P5, Axie P6, Graham P7, E2 P8, Back and Bones, good job from him in P9. P10 we got Taxi, P11 Rolling Rig, and P12 to rounding off the points positions. We got Inbounds Cupid. Andre was P13 and the rest I couldn't see anymore, so apologies for that, guys.
Yeah, I believe we had Andre, Jake.
Yeah, all the guys retired basically. They retired on track, to be honest, and not into the pit lane.
I am not entirely sure, but into Brazil, the penultimate round of the League of Europe PC Tier Championship, and constructors up for grabs. Second place in the drivers up for grabs.
Yeah, the fight is surely not over between Axel Zarma and Jake Wu, who has to catch up now to the McLaren driver, and the constructors, more importantly, has changed again between McLaren and Alfa Romeo, as Alfa Romeo has lost a big chunk of points to McLaren.
Yes, absolutely, and we'll be back next week to take you through the action as we go to Sao Paulo for the Brazilian Grand Prix.
Yeah, I want to say thank you, Mike, for joining me back again. And as Mike
it's Abu Dhabi next. It's Abu Dhabi next. My bad. Brazil's the final round. It's Abu Dhabi. I stand corrected.
They changed it around then, or yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I do apologize. It is Abu Dhabi next. I've been saying this Brazil next. It's Abu Dhabi, guys. I do apologize. We'll be back in for Abu Dhabi then.
But yeah, this was Black Panther and Mike for tonight with the not the live stream, but the recording of the Mexican Grand Prix at the Autodromo Hermanes Rodriguez circuit. So this was this was a great race to watch. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna round off then. See you guys next week.
Ciao.